4-1.
Man, he hooked the bottom of that racetrack. He won't be able to do that for long in the race, but he got right around the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Generally, the groove is up into turn 1, and then you pinch it down in 2, but Majeski's got it figured out here off of turn 4 on this oddly shaped 5/8.
And he finishes it off with an 18.969. And if I'm not mistaken, he is a track record holder here, isn't he not?
Yes, he is. He's done a lot of good things. He led a majority of the laps here in the ASA Midwest Tour races here. This is the first time the Midwest Tour is joined by the ASA Stars National Tour, race number 7 on the first year of our national tour here in Wisconsin for the 3rd time.
Well, we're racing on a Tuesday night, but this is Andy Munday from Appleton, Wisconsin. Andy Munday.
2017 Wisconsin International Raceway Super Late Model Champion. Andy's racing a car prepared by Travis Dassow, who also has had Bubba Pollard in his stuff. Travis is from Wisconsin. Andy helps him on his team. He'll be a spotter on occasion. He races here weekly on Thursday nights in this number 10 Unleashed, the Beast Unleashed. Siddons Martin Emergency Group, Northsider VP Racing Fuels, number 10.
18.969 for Andy. And I got to tell you, his lap, oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at it wrong. 18.957 was his best. Puts him right at the top of the board.
Better than Majeski. That's
which is really interesting because I was sitting here. That's one of the reasons why I read the time wrong. Watching Andy's car and watching Ty's car seemed much more aggressive on the racetrack. As we look at Paul Schaefer out of Portage, Indiana, in the number 7.
Paulie won the 2021 Gandrud Auto Group 250 here at Kaukauna. He pitted for tires early and went on to win the race. He thought for sure he'd be gobbled up by fresher tires. Tonight, situation may come to be with he and his crew chief Chris Purdy to make a gamble right down to the inside line, and qualifying goes Paulie Schaefer in the number 7.
19.195 his best lap, good for 3rd.
Dynamic Metal Recycling, Pepperjack Kennels on that car, as well as DTR, Derek Thorne Racing, sponsoring his number 7. One of 3 7s here tonight. Justin Mondyke in a Ford coming into turn number 3. He is a hot shoe in the ASA Midwest Tour. Racing for a victory here, again, points pay for both series. Mondyke currently 3rd in the standings, coming off a couple of top 5 finishes in the Midwest Tour.
19.312.
Aqua Finance, Agri Industries, Powerhouse Lawn and Leisure, A&A Lock Service sponsoring his Ford, the 26-year-old out of Gleason, Wisconsin, a full-timer in the Midwest Tour.
He's across the line. Moves up to 3rd with a 19.015.
So $1,000 is paid to the fast qualifier, and a driver who's been here one time prior in 2020 is now on the racetrack in the Phoenix Construction number 26 Chevrolet. It's Bubba Pollard out of Sonoy, Georgia. Pollard has raised to 5th in the point standings. Had handling issues at Anderson Speedway in the Redbud 400 that knocked him back down in what could have been a huge points night with the absence of Casey Roderick in the driver's standings. And they finished 14th and did not finish that race. Here's Bubba Pollard for the 2nd time here.
He's either dominant or struggling throughout the course of the season with the ASA Series.
Right now, his opening lap is the slowest of the 5 cars that have qualified thus far. Let's see if he can pick it up here.
My guess this will be a little quicker.
Yep.
It's good for a 19.195, and that'll put him, 19.089, I should say, put him in 4th. This is Gio Ruggiero, who's been strong everywhere we've gone.
3rd in the point standings here, leading the point standings in the CRA Super Series standings. That's the ASA Series of the 3 that are part of this new national effort. He also leads the points in the ASA Southern Super Series and comes in here with a big win and momentum on his side. Gio's been racing a bunch in Pro Late Models and Supers. Good to see him back here again full-time in the ASA Stars National Tour in that 22 for Donnie Wilson Racing. Gio would not be surprising to see him put up a number here.
Down on the bottom as he comes off the floor, right up to that wall and cut it back down to the line. Gio will slot in at 4th with a 19.085.
The time to beat the local driver, Andy Munday out of Appleton, 18.957, his best lap. Rougeau just clocked in 19.085. That's 0.07 seconds off. He's way back. That's amazing how close we get qualified now.
Yeah, it'll move fast. RJ Braun.
Defending Slinger Speedway track champion, won the ASA Midwest Tour opener there in April. Nice drive for that 2nd generation racer in the number 92.
Sitting 7th right now. Let's see what he does on this lap.
RJ made one start with us already this season at Madison International Speedway in the Joe Shear Classic. Sideways there, but you really want to get that good bite. You're saying, why don't they go all the way out to the wall? They will in the race, but in qualifying, you want to shorten up that lap as much as you can.
RJ is 6th with a 19.177.
Next up, John DeAngelis Jr., one of the favorites to watch. I say that because he's had very fast cars here, Ralph. I've been here for the last 4 or 5 of these. Gandrud Auto Group 250s. This is a big race, and he really excelled. Johnny D has really got himself figured out here. The car had an issue. He led the race, put up to 6th place, a lap down at one point in the mid portions a couple years ago before mechanical failures cost him a better finish. But Johnny D, John DeAngelis, and the DeAngelis Construction number 7 is flying right now on this racetrack. He knows really well. The DeAngelis Construction Finish Line Towing Bonafide Security Solutions Ford.
He needs some more speed. Here he comes.
He won.
He goes to number 1, 18.920.
Not surprising at all. He was the fastest qualifier last May for our Joe Shear Classic in the ASA Midwest Tour. That became a Stars National race this year.
Johnny Sauter.
Same look, the 45-year-old NASCAR champion Johnny Sauter back at one of his home tracks, Wisconsin International Raceway. His dad Jim raced here a ton. His brothers have raced here, and now it's Johnny's turn. Behind the number 18 for Anthony Campy Racing on the Hogan Farms 18 that Johnny houses in his shops in DeForest, Wisconsin.
Coming around on the final time. Let's see what he does here. Off of 4. He goes to number 5, 19.043. Time to introduce you to the third member of our broadcast crew. Here's Matt Votty.
Thanks, Ralph. Down here with who was the provisional pole sitter a minute ago, the 10 of Andy Monday. Local experience going to help you win this thing tonight?
I sure hope so. We got a great car underneath of us, prepared by Travis Dassow and Apex Motorsports. I kind of look at myself today as just a backup quarterback. Casey Johnson's our main driver. Obviously, Casey's sidelined this year with injuries, so stepping in, try to do my part and keep this car up front. And got to thank everybody at the Beast Unleashed for making this happen for me. New alcoholic drink that Monster put out. If you haven't tried it yet, grab one. They're great.
All right, best of luck to Andy Monday. Currently second right now, guys.
Yeah, Luke Fenhouse saw it at the
Luke
wheel.
Fenhouse, number 1, Jim.
Oh, man.
With an 18.813, just like that.
I'm glad you're watching this, and you might have made the same expression I just did out loud. I could not believe how Luke got off of turn 4 like that and cut it right down to get that good lap. P1, Luke Fenhouse out of Wausau. Current point leader of the ASA Midwest Tour, Gabe Sommers, now on the racetrack. He's due for a win, big time in the ASA Stars National Tour. Let's see where we can qualify here. The top 8 drivers in qualifying will redraw for their starting position as soon as the autograph session ends.
Which is where they're going.
Summers should factor
as soon
into
as this is done.
Yeah. Summers on lap 1, 19.016, good for 6th. Up to second.
Number 2.
18.844. We're getting close to really, really close times here. 18.844.031 seconds off of Luke Fenhouse's best time.
Boy, the later we've gone in this session, the quicker the cars have gone, haven't they?
Brian Sierkowski, the next one out of Lakeville, Minnesota, the 28-year-old racing under the Michael Hind ownership banner, running the 69 in the door. Dan Fredrickson has raced this number earlier this year in Wisconsin. Had a win taken away from him at Madison after an engine infraction. Michael Hind has raced as well. The 69 is Ryan Sierkowski's turn. At the wheel. And the Fredrickson Signs Advanced Diesel Power. Shiles Mobile RV Service, number 69.
What will he do? Let's see.
Nice job, Brian, up to 7th.
Yeah.
19.026 for the driver, 5th in the Midwest Tour points heading into this one.
And we go down to the pits.
With John DeAngelis, who's had an eventful afternoon already. Swap cars after an engine failure in practice 1, but this one's pretty good. Top 5. How's it feel?
Yeah, I can't complain right now. You know, we're holding fast time there for a little bit, hoping we could hold it throughout the whole qualifying run here. A big thanks to my guys for busting their butts, getting this thing on track. You know, this car it's only been ran one time this year, and it didn't treat us well the first time, but so far so good now.
So far so good indeed, hanging on to that top 5 qualifying effort.
Telling you, he's going to be one of the drivers to watch tonight. You may not have seen a lot of Johnny D, but he's run a lot of big races, and this is a big one for him to cash the $15,000 check in his home state. Be a huge deal.
Well, let's see here.
Car number 30 on the track. Pete Vandermolen trying to figure out where his time slots in here. I don't know if his transponder registered there, Ralph.
Yeah, I'm looking at both timing and scoring and our TV monitor and not seeing him on either one.
One of our 3 number 7s, James Swanson, out of Pembine, Wisconsin. My neighbor's at a cottage in Pembine. It's central Wisconsin, a little bit farther north than home of the Sauters and the Wimmers and Wausau. Keep on going north about an hour and a half, and you'll find Pembine, Wisconsin, where James Swanson calls home.
We're going to get a lot of geographical education here tonight.
We aren't necessarily going to talk about which island we're going to go to visit in the Hawaiian Islands, but this is kind of my home turf too, Ralph. Third time we're in Wisconsin with the ASA Stars National Tour.
I love it. I've always enjoyed coming up here.
As a fan, I love it too. Absolutely.
Great racetracks, great racing, great fans, good food, good times.
Barrett Polimas last Saturday night was at Nashville Fairground Speedway racing in the CRA Jegs All-Stars Tour against the Nashville Pro Late Models. Did a nice job there. He is being tutored all season long in the Midwest Tour by Casey Johnson, the defending Midwest Tour champion. Out of Wimberley, Texas, in the number 79 comes Barrett Polimas.
Any idea where that is?
In Texas.
Okay.
Sorry I didn't make you win that one over if you're saying, I bet you Trado knows where that is too.
Oh, boy, there's a big power slide. How about that?
Learning every lap with a great, great teacher as a crew chief with Casey Johnson.
Yeah,
Barrett
and he's
Polimas.
good enough for 9th, 19.076. Number 9 is up next, Derek Kraus.
Derek Kraus, the NASCAR star, this past week, he got a chance to race, qualify, and practice a NASCAR Cup car for a team he does a lot of simulation racing with, the number 16 team for Colleague Racing. He does a lot of their sim work during the week. Derek got to practice and qualify on Saturday because A.J. Allmendinger was up here in Wisconsin, not at Richmond Raceway, racing the Xfinity race. Good job by Derek in the number 9. He's raced here a bunch, too. Derek Kraus, 21 years of age already on the B&K Trucking Finetti Incorporated number 9, Shockwave Marine Seating.
By the way,
panel.
Wimberley,
Yeah.
a little southwest of Austin.
Thanks, Ralph.
Just in case you were wondering.
I am wondering. To the line he comes.
I got connections, too.
Yeah, you do. Derek Kraus qualifies 8th. He's right now in the redraw, 19.035. 19.035. 27 cars signed in tonight, including this ASA Stars National Tour full-timer. And the number 33. One of the 2 33s here tonight, Albert Francis, the 21-year-old out of Painesville, Ohio.
Watching these drivers qualify, and I know the qualifying line is different than the racing line here, and I walked the track last night, and I've been here numerous times. I still don't know the line around this place.
So back when ASA, the old ASA National Tour first came here, Rex Robbins, the owner and founder of ASA, asked Scott Hansen, the defending track champion at the time, to paint a white line around the track where the left side tire should go. That got guys close to figuring this out. Scott did never win an ASA race here, but he got them a lot closer, saying this is the line to run. And the line to run pretty much is where Albert Francis is running right now during the race. Qualifying, different animal. Albert Francis. No doubt you could be confused. It's hard to get around this place.
Jonathan L.
19.120, sorry. Albert Francis, 13 quick. 19.120, his best of 2 laps.
Jonathan Island.
Yes, sir. Making his 155th ASA Midwest Tour start. In the number 32 for Archie St. Hilaire for the 3rd time this year. Again, owner's points are what pay out the big money, the $100,000+ points fund at season's end in the inaugural season of the ASA Stars National Tour. Going after some team construction owners' money as well, because team construction after race 3 this year is paying out show money for the top 10 points, $700, another chunk of money for 11 through 20 in the owners' point standing. So Archie St. Hilaire right up there with him.
Jonathan
number 32 on the door.
16th.
Here comes a driver who knows how to win here at Wisconsin International Raceway, Bobby Kendall out of Montella, Wisconsin. They have a 3-race series here called the Red, White, and Blue State Championship Series. They've been doing it forever, since like 72.
And if you are anybody who raced up in this part of the country, you wanted to be on the board at the entrance to this speedway saying you've won that.
Bobby's on there a couple times. Dick Schirkel's on there 7 times. It's a big deal.
And it's only 3 races, but it is huge.
One in July. The next one's August 10th. Right now, it's going to be decided in a week's time who's going to put their name on that board next. And Bobby hopes to be part of that equation. Good to see him back here at the Midwest Tour as well.
Well, if you're not comfortable with the rear end of your race car dancing around, tonight's not going to be a fun night for you.
Bobby Kendall, again, one of the local stars, featured in the starsnationaltour.com website article about who's going to be the ones to watch. Bobby certainly has. He qualified 10th right now, 19.048, 19.048 for Bobby Kendall.
Harley Jankowski.
Last year's Rookie of the Year in the Midwest Tour. Races all the races, looking for his first top 10 finish here at Wisconsin International Raceway. This car is prepared in his dad's auto shop, Kurt's shop. It's he and his dad working on this car. Harley's been racing a bunch in the late models. He also helps out his cousin race and win some races as a crew chief when he's not doing what he's
Named
doing
after
right
another
here.
one of my favorite Wisconsin exports.
Harley Davidson.
Yes.
Yeah. You told me way back when, Ralph, when you got your first Harley, you said, you know what HD stands for? I said, what? You said $100.
Every time
remember that?
Yeah. Got to buy something.
Every time you walk in, you're going to spend at least $100.
At least. At least.
Probably.
Well, this guy right here has got the money to spend right now, Cole Butcher.
Yep. Harley qualified 17th, by the way, 19.325 for Harley Jankowski, 17th quick.
This is the one that's probably had everybody in the pits who's up at the top of the board nervous, just waiting to see what he does. Here comes Cole Butcher.
Serious numbers backing up the reason why he's
15th.
racing for the championship.
My guess is this next lap will be a little bit quicker than the last one.
I don't know if he can make that jump. He's 0.023 seconds off the next car ahead of him. 3.36 seconds off pole right now. Can he make up that difference? That's a lot to make up here, Kokona.
Well, at least be quicker, right?
Yes, he does. He will not make the invert.
No. Doesn't move much, actually.
We'll see. We only have the first lap registered here, Ralph. We may have a glitch in our scoring here.
Yeah.
We'll sort that out as we see the number 23 of Levon Vandergeest on the racetrack. Levon Vandergeest in this number 23. There's two of them out there. The bright green colors and the Culver's logo on the door makes me think I'm needing a shake or maybe a burger and some fries, some Culver's.
I like the way you think.
Great Wisconsin company.
Post-race?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 23, Levon Vandergeest out of Merrill, Wisconsin, the 19-year-old, racing for a title this year in the Midwest Tour.
You know when Culver's tastes the best?
Right when you eat it.
Well, Culver's always tastes the best when you buy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Now you're saying let's go there, and now you're saying I have to pay for it.
Well,
10-4,
just
buddy. That's
saying
a
it tastes the best when you buy. Doesn't mean it has to be tasting great.
Levon Vandergeest up to 6th. He's in the redraw. 18.998. He's under 19 seconds.
He's in 6th, right?
Yeah, 18.998. The top 6 cars under 19 seconds in lap time. Here's a number 33, Trevor Vandermolen out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Raced in this race a year ago. Tried to make it, actually. Been a couple of tries. His dad is Pete Vandermolen in the number 30. And this is Travis in the black, yellow, and red 33.
And blue. He's got all kinds of colors on that car.
Don's Auto Body. So you got an auto body for a sponsor. Why not get out the paint bucket, right?
They got a lot of...
George's Bar and Grill, Nora's Gourmet Popcorn, N&M Transfer Company on his Chevy. Good to see him back here racing against the Midwest Tour guys and the stars of the ASA Stars National Tour.
There's Austin Nason.
Nason at number 14. He again could be a threat here. He's got so many laps comparatively to everybody else in the field. He's a 27-year-old racer, but since about 2013 has been racing here at Wisconsin International Raceway in a super late. So it's good to see that Roscoe, Illinois driver rolls in here with a lot of momentum. The Midwest Tour driver comes in here 6th in the ASA Stars National Tour points, focused on this and racing at his home track, Rockford Speedway. That quarter mile closes this fall after 76 years of operation. He wants to be there as often as he can fit it into his schedule, so he's cut back a bit on his Midwest Tour commitments. Here he is, 3rd quick, I'm telling you.
That's a good run. Now let's go back down to Matt.
Hi, guys. I'm down here with Cole Butcher, winner of the most recent ASA Stars race. Didn't get the qualifying effort they wanted, somewhat by design. You guys took a lot of laps in practice. You ready for the long run tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have a really good long run car. We just sucked in qualifying. I don't know. Seeing these bigger tracks we struggle with, or at least I struggle with. So we'll see what happens after these 250 laps, and hopefully we'll be up front.
Best of luck trying to go back-to-back here in ASA Stars competition.
Do not count out Cole Butcher. He won the Oxford 250 last year, one of the signature events in the Northeast in the United States. And that Canadian is going to be dialed in here, no question, with Donnie Wilson and the bunch and all they get to do. They're really good, including fielding a car for this driver, Sammy Smith in the number 22, back in the ASA Stars National
Sammy
Tour.
goes to 6th, Jim, with an 18.967.
Debut in the Golden Harvest colors on that number 22 for Donnie Wilson Racing. His second start His first came at North Wilkesboro, where he finished fourth earlier this season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series full-timer.
Joseph Schultze.
Schultze down the backstretch. Joseph's trying to make his third ASA Stars National Tour race. He raced a bunch at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, home of the famous Oktoberfest, which will be the season closer for the Midwest Tour. As this is a Midwest Tour and a ASA Stars National Tour points race. Joseph down the backstretch in the Chosen Valley Farm Chevrolet out of Holman, Wisconsin. Top 5 in speeds: Luke Fenhouse, Gabe Sommers, Austin Nason, John DeAngelis, and Andy Monday. In 6th is Sammy Smith at 18.967. Ty Majeski, the first car out to qualify, ends up rolling down to 7th right now. Levon Vandergeest, 8th in the final car that would be in the redraw to determine their starting spots a little bit later on. 18.998, so you got to be under 19 seconds to make the redraw. Here's Billy Van Meter. The Van Doorn Racing chassis, number 23. Edco Welding, the entrant. Maston and Kane Warehousing, VRD, as in Van Doorn Racing Development on his Chevy. So Billy can do in his first trip here, as he ran the entire ASA CRA Super Series schedule last year. Now making the big jump to the Stars National. 6 for 6 thus far. Let's see if he's in the redraw. Just one spot out. Man, 19.008 seconds for Billy Van Meter. That's 9th quickest. Such a great attitude. These tracks are all new to him. Wisconsin, Madison, Milwaukee Mile. This one, they're brand new opportunities for him to learn a bunch.
This
really
cannot be an easy
here.
one to figure out.
Indiana racer, but hasn't raced a bunch outside of the central region of the U.S. It's good to see Billy here chasing the national tour in that number 23. The family team comes in here 8th in points. His best finish was 7th, came at Anderson Speedway. They rode about 400 a couple Saturdays ago.
And Luke Fenhouse in that number 4. It's going to be our fast time qualifier of the night out of Wausau, Wisconsin.
Go Fast Racing. Archie St. Hilaire has put up $1,000 for every fast qualifier this year. That's a good head start.
That's a
and
nice
there's points
payout.
awarded. 5 points to the pole, 4th for 2nd quick, on down to 1 for 5th quick. So those points add up. There's bonus points paid during the race on stage breaks. It's pretty cool to see. We got a Wisconsin driver that's making big headlines across the country.
Matt, he's got to be pretty excited right now.
He is down here with your Go Fast quick qualifier, Luke Fenhouse. A great qualifying effort here this evening.
Yeah, it was really good. You know, we tuned on it all day long and just tried a bunch of different packages, really, and just wanted to get something feeling right where I liked where it would race good. And we made a little bit race run a little bit earlier in the day, and I thought it went well. So we put tires on it and just made tweaks ready for qualifying, and that's what we did. We brought a really fast Team Chevy Done Right Exteriors number 4 car, and we just got to keep it up in the race and keep pushing.
All right, you've had some good success on the national level. You were close to getting a win here a couple weeks back at Wausau. What would it mean for you to get your name on this list for the first time?
Yeah, it's a big race for us, and it's one of the biggest in Wisconsin, and this is my home, so definitely a big one to win, and definitely a crown jewel on my list. You know, after Slinger Nationals, I wanted to win this one, so this is a crown jewel for me, and it feels good to be fast time, and looking forward to tonight.
All right, step 1, box check, quick qualifier, Luke Fenhouse.
He'll be part of an 8-driver redraw. So what will happen is Luke may start on the pole position, but they actually physically draw a hat, a can, whatever it is, and there's a number on the bottom. That's their starting position. Those 8 drivers will do the redraw after the fan autograph session here at Wisconsin International Raceway. Luke will get the first choice of the starting spots, and they'll line up according to how they pull the draw, the eight cans. Well, race fans, this is Wisconsin International Raceway. It's been around a long time, and it's quite unique. It's the character track that a lot of drivers have figured out, and some have come to hate. Our Ralph Shaheen got a chance to take a walk around and show some of the intricacies of this 5-ace-mile unique oval.
Wisconsin International Raceway. This is a big, fast half mile, and it's very unique. So here we are on the front straightaway. Normal thing, right? You're going to be flat out coming off of turn 4. Going to be high up along the wall. The tricky part is not here when you cross the line, but right over there as you head into turn number 1. You run it in too deep, as you can see, that corner is going to bite and bite hard. Here's the trick to turn 1. You start your turn in back there at the end of that white pit wall. You're going to stay right on the bottom running this crack, which is the outside edge of the infield quarter mile. Stay tight down here, and that'll get you right over this hump in the middle of the corner here. Hit that right, you stay right to the grass and all the way around the bottom of the racetrack. Get this bump wrong, and it's a long, painful ride to that very hard outside wall. Get turns 1 and 2 right, and you're getting on the gas about the middle of that corner, and you're hard on it here for that long run all the way down the backstretch to turn number 3. As you can see, as you look back up the racetrack here towards turn number 2, the rubber on the asphalt shows you that we're going to be all the way out by that big white wall coming down the back straightaway. Get to that B&B sign, and now we start to arc down into turn number 3 and set up for 3 and 4. The rubber is going to take us all the way down to the inside of 3 and the grass once again, which we're going to hug all the way around to the exit of turn number 4. But take a look at the inside down there, right around the edge of the grass. You dip the wheel off, it can get real tricky, maybe even cut a tire. As tricky as Wisconsin International Raceway is, turn 4, the last thing you have to deal with, might be the most challenging part because of this big bump right here at the exit of the corner. Get it right, and it'll help get you out towards the wall and the dog leg that is the front straightaway. Get it wrong, as you can see from the markings on the wall, could be a whole nother story and maybe the end of your night. Like I said, Jim, even after walking around this racetrack, and you can see from this view from our drone, there is a drag strip here as well off the back straightaway here.
Yeah, somewhere between here and the Field of Dreams. I call this all a big Field of Dreams. It's wonderful. This is an oasis for a lot of Wisconsin drivers. But this race has been on a Tuesday night, first Tuesday in August, for years and years and years. I remember coming here when the All-Pro guys in the South would come up. It was called the Dixieland 250 then.
Yep.